Lauren steps onto the balcony looking like she's been drowning in her own lungs, and I know what's coming before she speaks. The city keeps shining like nothing is wrong while my life tilts on a single sentence. I'm Ethan Walker, 42, independent financial consultant. I spend my days untangling other people's messes with calm hands and a clean pen. That night, I'm on the balcony of the apartment Lauren and I shared for 12 years, letting the air cool the back of my neck. A glass of red in my right hand. The city below is doing what it always does. Headlights sliding, windows blinking on, noise kept at a distance like it's polite. Inside, I can hear her moving around. Not normal movement. Not dinner, not dishes. The short, restless kind. Like someone trying to find a place to put a body. The balcony door opens behind me. Lauren steps out and stops like she hit a wall. She's barefoot. Hair pulled back wrong like she did it with shaking hands. Her eyes are red, not from allergies, not from a movie. Her face has that tight, broken look people get when they've been rehearsing a confession and still don't believe they'll survive it. She grips the edge of the doorframe. Ethan. I don't turn right away. I keep looking at the skyline. I take a slow sip. Not because I'm being dramatic. Because my body has already started shifting into a different gear, and I need to feel the exact moment it happens. What? I say. One word. Neutral. She takes 2 steps onto the balcony like she's stepping onto thin ice. Her voice wobbles. I need to tell you something. There it is. That phrasing. The universal opening line for a life you don't get back. I set the glass on the small table beside the chair. The base clicks once against the glass top. Clean. Final. I turn to face her. She's shaking. Actually shaking. Not just nervous. Her hands tremble at her sides, fingers flexing like she wants to claw her way out of her own skin. She starts, then stops, swallows hard. I did something. I've been seeing someone. The words land quietly. No thunder. No cinematic crash. Just a line drawn through the middle of everything. I watch her mouth after she finishes like I'm checking that she really said it. My heart doesn't race. Not yet. What I feel first is a strange clarity. Like a room going silent after a loud machine shuts off. How long? I ask. She flinches at my tone. Like she expected shouting to make this easier to frame as a fight instead of a fact. Ethan, please. How long? I repeat. Same volume. Same face. Her eyes flood again. I didn't mean. I never wanted to hurt you. I nod once, small. Not agreement. Just acknowledge that she's speaking. She takes a half step closer. Say something. I look at her, this woman I married, who used to laugh with her whole chest, who used to reach for my hand in crowded places like it was instinct. Now she looks like a stranger wearing her skin. I am saying something. I tell her. I'm asking how long. Her shoulders cave in, and her voice comes out thin. I can't believe I did this. I hold her gaze. Calm on the outside, because calm is control, and control is the only thing in this moment that belongs to me. Believe it, I say. You're standing here telling me. She wipes her face with the heel of her hand like that can erase what she just said. Her breath comes in short, ugly pulls. I keep my voice level. Who? Lauren's eyes dart past me to the skyline, like she can hand this off to the horizon. It's a guy from work. No, I say. Not a guy. Who? Her jaw tightens. Then her mouth opens and closes once. Empty. Finally, Connor. Last name. She looks at me like I slapped her. Ethan. Last name. H. Hayes. The name comes out like a surrender. I let it sit in the air for a second. Connor Hayes. A real person. Not a vague mistake. And how long? I ask again. Her shoulders sag. Since July. I don't react. I don't give her the satisfaction of seeing me break apart into something she can manage. I do the math in my head the way I always do, without drama. It's December. That's 5 months. I nod once. 5 months. She starts crying harder, like my accuracy hurts more than my anger would've. I didn't plan it. It just happened. Tell me, I say, start to finish. Lauren drags in a breath. There was a corporate event. I hired him, he was the photographer. Everyone was drinking. We talked. He was attentive. Attentive. That word shows up in every betrayal story like it's a coupon code. It started with coffee, she says, voice cracking. Just talking. Then he'd stop by the office. Then the meetings. And then one night it turned into, she swallows, a hotel. I stare at her, not with rage, with inventory. Once, I say. She shakes her head. No. How many? She covers her mouth, tears slipping around her fingers. I don't know. Ethan, I don't. You know, I tell her. You just don't want to say it. Her hands drop. Her face is wet and flushed. More than once. It kept happening. Like weather. I lean my forearms on the balcony railing. The cold metal bites through my shirt, grounding me. Okay. She blinks. That's all you're going to say? For a second I almost laugh. Not because it's funny, because it's insane that she thinks my volume is the measure of my damage. I'm thinking, I tell her. She shakes her head like she's trying to shake off guilt. We were distant, Ethan. You were always working. You were always. I lift a hand. Stop. Her mouth snaps shut. Keep to facts, I say. Don't start building a story. Timeline. Dates. Lies. Her throat works. I wasn't trying to lie. You did, I say. So list them. She stares at the floor like it might open and take her. Late nights. Vendor issues. Client dinners. Her voice gets smaller. That weekend in October. My eyes narrow just a fraction. Which weekend? She hesitates too long. The one you said was an out-of-town work event. I say, and I can hear the memory click into place like a loaded magazine. Chicago. Her face collapses. Yes, I remember that weekend perfectly. I remember texting her good luck before her presentation. I remember asking if she got to eat. I remember telling her I was proud of her because she sounded stressed, and I thought stress meant ambition, not deception. What was it? I asked. 2 nights. She nods barely. Hotel, I say. She whispers. Yes. I breathe in through my nose, slow. The city air tastes the same. The lights look the same. But my brain is replaying the last 5 months like security footage. Every late return, not overtime. Every unmovable meeting, not important. Every sudden shower the second she got home. Not routine. Cover stories. Rehearsed. Delivered to me like I was a trusting client. Lauren steps closer, voice breaking into a plea. I hate myself. I never wanted this. I love you. I turn my head and look at her. If you loved me, I say quiet and flat, you wouldn't have needed 5 months to stop. She flinches like the truth finally has teeth. She's still crying, but the sound is starting to blur into background noise. My mind doesn't stay in feelings for long. Feelings don't fix anything. Facts do. I straighten up from the railing. Money. Lauren blinks like she didn't expect the topic to pivot. What? Hotels cost money, I say. Dinners. Drinks. Whatever else you two did. Where did it come from? Her lips part. She looks away. That's my answer. I keep my voice controlled. Lauren. Where? She swallows. Sometimes. I paid. With what? Her shoulders rise and fall in a helpless shrug, like she's trying to make her choices look like gravity. I used the card. Our card. She nods. It was easier. I didn't think you'd notice. I stare at her for a beat, letting that sink in. Not just cheating. Theft with a wedding ring on it. How, I ask, did you hide it? She wipes under one eye with a trembling finger. I coded it as work stuff. I'd say it was for clients. Or vendors. Her voice drops. I'd move things around. Make it look normal. I nod slowly, almost to myself. Disguised charges. Mislabeling. Counting on me to be too busy, too trusting, too husband. And you were right, I say. Not bitter. Just accurate. I didn't audit my own marriage. She flinches at that word. Audit. Like it exposes her. Lauren steps forward again, palms open, like she's offering herself up as proof of remorse. Ethan, I can fix it. I'll pay it back. I'll do anything. Stop, I say, and she stops. Her face freezes mid-plea. I tilt my head slightly. What did he promise you? Her eyes widen, and for a second I see her try to decide which version of herself to present, the victim or the romantic. She goes with the script. He said he cared. He said he saw me. That he... She chokes, then pushes through. That he loved me. I nod once. Fresh start. Real connection. You felt alive. All that. She stares at me, startled. How do you? Because it's always the same, I say. Just different faces saying it. Her mouth trembles. It wasn't like that. It was, I told her. And now you're about to do the next part. She shakes her head, confused. What's next? The part where you make this my fault. I say, calm as a thermometer. So you can live with yourself. Her eyes flash. That's not fair. Then don't do it, I say. She looks down, jaw tight. You were gone all the time. You were always working. You stopped. Her voice spikes. You stopped seeing me. There it is. The moral escape ramp. Built in real time, plank by plank. I don't raise my voice. I don't argue. I don't defend myself like a man begging to be chosen. I just watch her try to turn a deliberate double life into a reaction. You had options, I say. You could have talked. You could have left. You could have asked for counseling. You could have told me you were unhappy. Lauren's breathing gets ragged. I did tell you. No, I say. You complained. That's not the same as honesty. She opens her mouth, then closes it. I step closer just enough that she has to meet my eyes. You didn't make a mistake, I told her. You made a system. Her tears spill again, but now there's something else underneath them. Fear. Because she can feel it. I'm not here to be persuaded. I'm here to document. I pick up my wine glass, take a small sip, then set it back down untouched. Now, I say, give me his number. Lauren's head jerks up like I said something obscene. What? His number, I repeat. Right now. She shakes her head fast. Ethan, please don't do this. I stare at her until the shaking slows. You said you want to fix things, I told her. You said you'll do anything. This is anything. Her eyes dart to the door like she wants an exit. It'll make it worse. I let a thin silence stretch between us. The city hums. Somewhere below, a siren threads through traffic like it's late to an emergency that matters. It's already worse, I say. All I'm doing is letting it be real. Lauren's hands twist together. She's shaking harder again, but now it's not guilt. Panic. Panic has a specific flavor, because it means the affair isn't just a secret anymore. It's about to be touched by daylight. I don't want to hurt you more, she says. You already did, I answered. Now you're choosing whether you're still going to protect him. That lands. Her face tightens. She looks like she swallowed glass. Slowly, like she's walking to the edge of a cliff, she pulls her phone out. Her thumb hovers over the screen. She hesitates, staring at me like I might blink and let this go. I don't blink. She unlocks it, scrolls, stops. Her thumb trembles over a contact. I hold out my hand. She doesn't want to place the phone in it. It looks like it weighs 100 pounds. Finally, she does. The screen shows the name, Connor Hayes. I read it. Then I hit the call button before she can change her mind. Lauren makes a small sound, half sob, half gasp, and covers her mouth with both hands. The ringtone is loud in the open air. Too loud, like an alarm. 1 ring, 2. I watch her eyes as she counts them. Each ring is a step away from the fantasy. On the 3rd ring, he answers. Hello. A man's voice, confident and casual. Like this is going to be an easy conversation. I put it on speaker and hold the phone between us on the balcony table. Connor, I say, calm, clear. My name is Ethan Walker. Silence. Just long enough to feel him recalibrate. Who? He says, but his voice has shifted. A slight catch. Recognition by instinct. Lauren's husband, I say. The one she's been lying to since July. Lauren squeezes her eyes shut. Tears roll down her cheeks, but she doesn't speak. She knows if she talks, she'll sound like the problem that needs calming. Connor exhales, too controlled. Listen, man. I don't know what you think 5 months. I cut in. Coffee, meetings, hotels. Tonight weekend in October. Joint card charges coded as work expenses. I list it the way I'd list discrepancies on a ledger. No heat, no wobble. The quiet on the line tells me I'm not guessing. Connor tries again, voice smoothing out like he's done this before with clients or women or both. Okay. Look, I'm sorry you're upset, but short answers. I say, yes or no. Did you sleep with my wife while she was married to me? Lauren makes a broken sound behind her hands. Connor's voice tightens. It wasn't. Yes or no. A pause. Then quieter. Yes. Since July, I say. Correct. Yes. Hotels, I say. Plural. Another pause. Yes. I nod once, even though he can't see it. Good. Now we're in reality. Connor inhales like he's about to pivot into a speech. Man, it got complicated. She told me. I don't care what she told you, I say. I care what you did. Lauren's eyes open, wet and wide. She looks at me like she's seeing someone she didn't know lived inside me. Someone precise, not cruel. A man who doesn't beg. Connor's voice drops, defensive now. You want to blame someone? She pursued me too. I glance at Lauren. She flinches as if the words hit her physically. I don't take the bait. I'm not here for a blame-sharing exercise, I say. I'm here to get clarity. Connor swallows audibly. What do you want? I lean slightly toward the phone. I want your full name spelled out. I want your business address. And I want you to understand something. He says nothing. My voice stays low. If you contact my wife again, if you show up anywhere near her, if I see your name on any charge tied to our accounts, I will treat it like a problem that needs to be solved. Lauren's breathing is fast now. She's terrified of me, of him, of herself, of what's coming. Good. Terror means the mask is off. Connor tries to laugh, but it comes out thin. You're threatening me? I'm informing you, I say. There's a difference. I let that sit. Then, without raising my voice, I add, and now I'm going to tell you what I already know about you. Connor doesn't say anything. He's waiting for me to swing wild so he can call me crazy and feel righteous. I don't give him that. I Googled you, I say. It took me 30 seconds. Lauren stiffens beside me like she already knows what I found. Her hands drop from her mouth. She's listening now, not crying, because curiosity can briefly outrun shame. Connor clears his throat. Man, your public profile is clean. I continue. Photographer, brand work, corporate events, smiling headshots. And right there, front and center, you've got a fiancé. The word hits the balcony like a stone. Lauren's face drains. What? Connor's voice tightens. Okay, listen. Don't, I say. I'm not asking you to explain your character arc. I keep my tone steady, almost bored. Her name is Erin. You've got pictures with her from late summer, then fall, and the most recent post. I pause just long enough to make it hurt. Strong baby on the way energy. Ultrasound. A caption that screams, new chapter. Silence. Not the polite kind. The exposed kind. The kind that tells you you just put a flashlight on a man's hiding place. Lauren makes a thin sound, like her lungs forgot how to work for a second. He told me he was single. Connor finally speaks, but it's smaller now. The confidence is gone. It's complicated. It's not, I say. It's layered. There's a difference. He exhales, and I can hear the panic underneath it. You don't know what was going on. I've been under pressure. I messed up. I let him talk just long enough to hang himself. Then I ask, was any of it real to you? Another pause. Too long. That's the answer. Connor tries to salvage it. Look, Lauren's a grown woman. This wasn't some. I cut in. Answer the question. His voice drops. No. Lauren sways like someone pushed her. Her eyes go glassy, fixed on nothing, because reality is finally stepping on the fantasy's throat. Connor rushes to justify the collapse. I cared about her, but it wasn't a real-life thing. It was an escape. And she wanted it too. She was unhappy. She told me. Lauren snaps. Don't you dare. Stop. I say, not to him, to her. She freezes mid-word, shocked by how fast I shut it down. Because I'm not interested in watching them argue about who used who. That's not accountability. That's two guilty people fighting for a cleaner mirror. I pick up the phone from the table and bring it closer. Connor, I say, you're going to do two things. You're going to never contact my wife again. And you're going to understand that if your fiancé ever finds out, it won't be because I was trying to protect you. His breathing is audible now. You're going to ruin my life? No. I reply calm. You did. I'm just not here to carry it for you. He tries one last move, voice sharpening, defensive. Your wife came after me too, man. She wasn't some. I hang up. No speech. No victory lap. Just the call ending. And the sound of the city rushing back in, like it's been waiting its turn. Lauren stares at the dark phone screen like it's a mirror that finally tells the truth. Her voice comes out broken. He has a fiancé? I look at her. Apparently, I say, you weren't even his main life. You were his side problem. She crumples right there on the balcony, knees folding, hands going to her face, and I don't move to catch her. Lauren is on the balcony floor. Folded in on herself like that makes her smaller than what she did. I watched her for a second, not to punish her, to make sure I remember this correctly later, how fast a person can break when their fantasy stops protecting them. She looks up at me, eyes wrecked. Ethan, please. I was stupid. I was lost. I didn't. I hold up a hand. Don't. My voice isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. She wipes her face, sniffling, trying to grab the right words like they're handles. I want to fix this. I'll cut him off. I'll go to therapy. We can. I say, and the word tastes wrong now. No. She blinks hard. What do you mean, no? I mean there's nothing to fix. I tell her. You didn't trip. You built a second life. Her mouth trembles. It was one terrible mistake. I shake my head once. Clean. Final. A mistake is grabbing the wrong exit. This was 5 months of daily choices. She tries to stand, then sinks back again, like her legs don't trust her. I love you. I look at her the way I'd look at a forged signature, familiar shape, false meaning. If you loved me, I say, you wouldn't have spent our money to betray me and then practiced lies in my face. Her shoulders hitch. I'll pay it back. I'll do anything. You already did anything, I reply. That's the problem. I step around her and open the balcony door. Warm air hits my face from inside. The apartment feels different already, like a place someone else owns. I turn back. I'm sleeping in the guest room tonight. She scrambles, crawling toward my feet like her pride finally died. Ethan, don't do this. Please, please don't throw us away. I'm not throwing anything away, I say. I'm putting it down. There's a difference. Her eyes widened. What are you saying? I'm saying you're leaving in the morning, I tell her. Pack a bag. 3 suitcases if you want. But you're not sleeping in our bed again. She shakes her head, frantic. You can't just kick me out. I can, I say. And I am. She opens her mouth to argue again, then remembers something, like a needle sliding under skin. The prenup, she whispers. I nod. The one you called a formality. Her face caves. Ethan, go pack, I say. You've talked enough for tonight. Morning doesn't feel like a new day. It feels like a continuation with better lighting. I'm in Rob Patterson's office by 9. The place smells like black coffee and printer toner. Efficient, unfriendly. Rob is mid-50s, suit that fits like armor, eyes that don't waste time on sympathy. He gestures at the chair across from him. Ethan, tell me what happened. I don't dramatize it. I lay it out the way I'd brief a client with a contaminated balance sheet. Affair, I say. Started July. 5 months. Hotel nights. A full weekend lies in October. A joint card was used. Charges disguised. Rob's pen moves. Do you have documentation? I have statements, I say. And admissions. His eyes lift. Explain. I set my phone on his desk, screen down like it's just another tool. She confessed last night. I also spoke to the guy Connor Hayes on speaker. He confirmed the relationship. Confirmed hotels. Rob leans back slightly. Have you recorded any of this? I saved what matters, I say, keeping it clinical. He nods, not approving or judging, just processing. Prenup still in place? Yes, I answered. Signed clean. No kids. Assets mostly premarital. My accounts are separate except the joint operating stuff. Rob's pen taps once. Good. Then we move fast. We secure accounts, preserve records, and we file. I look him in the eye. I don't want a war. I want an outcome. Rob gives a small, thin smile like he respects that. Outcomes come from leverage and speed. Then use both. I tell him. Papers out immediately. No long runway. No, let's see how she feels. Rob flips his notebook shut. Understood. I'll draft. You'll also stop any new joint spend today. Change access. Keep communication in writing. I stand. The meeting is already over in my head. At the door he adds, one more thing. Don't get pulled into emotional negotiations. I don't turn around. I'm not, I say. I'm done negotiating. When I get back that afternoon, the apartment looks staged. Like someone tried to pack their life into neat corners so it wouldn't feel like a collapse. Lauren is by the door with 3 suitcases. Not small ones. The kind you take when you don't know if you're coming back. Her face is wrecked in a different way now. Not crying. Just hollow. Like she hasn't slept, hasn't eaten, hasn't found a story that makes her feel less guilty. I set my keys in the bowl by the entryway. Same place as always. The normal motion feels sharp. She swallows. Did you really go to a lawyer? Yes, I say. Her eyes flick down to my hands like she expects to see blood. All she sees is stillness. I didn't think you'd, she starts. Move. I finished for her. That's why you did it. She flinches, but she doesn't deny it. I nod toward the suitcases. Good. Lauren's voice goes thin. Ethan, can we talk? Just, can we slow down? I look at her for a long second. 12 years doesn't vanish. It just stops mattering the way it used to. The papers are coming, I say. I expect you to sign without turning this into a second job. Her lips part. You're really doing this? Yes, I answered. Because you already did. I'm just making it official. She wipes at her cheek like she's annoyed. Tears still show up. I'm sorry. I believe you're sorry, I say. I don't believe you were confused. That lands harder than yelling ever could. She grips the handle of the biggest suitcase. Where am I supposed to go? Somewhere that isn't here, I say, and step aside so she can pass. Lauren hesitates at the door like a person waiting for permission to be forgiven. I don't give it. She finally pulls the suitcases out, one by one, the wheels bumping over the threshold like punctuation. When the door closes, the apartment goes dead quiet. No music, no movement, just the hum of the fridge and my own breathing. I stand there for a moment, letting it settle into my bones. The marriage isn't ending in a fight. It's ending in a decision. And that kind of ending doesn't echo. It just stays. Months pass. The divorce is done, clean and fast, like Rob promised. The paperwork is just paperwork. The quiet after is the part that takes practice. I rebuild the way I know how: routines, sleep, work, the gym. I don't drink much anymore. I don't scroll late at night looking for reasons. I don't stalk her. I don't need updates to stay angry. Anger is expensive. I met Megan Brooks through work, an audit firm partner who speaks in complete sentences and doesn't perform. Calm presence. Sharp eyes. We take it slow on purpose. Coffee, a couple dinners, conversations that don't feel like negotiations. No rescue missions. No intensity dressed up as love. Just steady. One morning, I stopped at a coffee shop near my office and saw Lauren at the counter. She's smaller than I remember. Not in a flattering way. In a consequential way. Her hair is pulled back tight. Her hands fidget with her sleeve while she waits for her drink like she's trying not to be noticed by the world she burned bridges with. Our eyes meet. She stiffens. "Ethan," she says, voice careful. No charm. No leverage. "Lauren." She swallows. "I'm sorry. Really. I ruined everything. No excuses. No therapy pitch. No, we both. Just a sentence that finally belongs to her." I nod once. "Okay." Her eyes glisten. "Do you hate me?" I look at her for a moment and tell the truth. "I don't carry you like that anymore." That hits her harder than hate. She nods, small, like she understands what losing actually means. "I'm glad you're okay." "I am," I say, and I mean it. I take my coffee and leave for a meeting. Later, I have dinner with Megan and talk about work, travel ideas, normal things that don't taste like damage. That night, I stepped onto my balcony alone. Same city lights. Same air. It doesn't feel like a crime scene anymore. It just feels like space to breathe.
Subscribe and stay one step ahead of cheaters. And trust me, the next story makes this one look like a fairy tale.